Hello everyone, welcome back to Oncology. This is episode 13, the hormone system and cancer. So this is our outline for today, the hormone system, hormones and how they work, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid and parathyroid glands, adrenal glands, pancreas, ovaries, testes, and hormones and cancer. So let's get started. The hormone system. So here's a diagram for your reference. It provides an overview of various glands. So the hormone system is a network of glands and organs in the body that produce hormones. It is also called the endocrine system. The diagram shows the main parts of the hormone system. So here's a pineal gland, pituitary gland, thyroid, adrenal, pancreas, ovary, and testis. Okay, hormones and how they work. So hormones are natural substances made by the glands and organs of the hormone system. Our bloodstream carries the hormones around the body. Each gland makes a different hormone and most make more than one. So there are many hormones, many different hormones. They act as chemical messengers between one part of the body and another. Each one works on the particular cells that are able to receive and respond to that hormone's message. Each hormone has a different purpose. They control how we respond to changes in the environment around us, as well as growth and development, how the body works, our mood, sexual function, and reproduction. So the glands produce hormones and release them into the bloodstream. The hormones then travel from the gland to its target cells and connect to a part of the cell called a receptor. So the connection triggers a response in the cell. The type of response depends on the type of hormone. So the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland in the brain control the whole hormone system, including the levels of hormones in the body. So the hypothalamus. So the hypothalamus is part of the brain and not actually part of the endocrine system. It works with the pituitary gland to control the activity of other glands. So here's a diagram for your reference. So this is where our hypothalamus is, this orange portion, and the part below this hypothalamus is pituitary gland. It's all inside our brain. Okay, the hypothalamus reacts to changes in the amount of hormones in the body. When the level of a hormone drops, the hypothalamus signals to the pituitary gland. The pituitary then produces hormones that tell other glands to produce the hormone that the body needs. For an example, the thyroid gland makes thyroid hormones. It only does this when the hypothalamus detects the level of thyroid hormones is low. So the hypothalamus signals to the pituitary gland to produce thyroid stimulating hormone, which can also be TSH. So the TSH then stimulates the thyroid to produce thyroid hormones. So when the thyroid hormones are at the right level, the hypothalamus signals to the pituitary gland to stop producing TSH. The thyroid gland then stops making thyroid hormones. So doctors call this a negative feedback mechanism. This is how the body controls hormone levels. Now the pituitary gland. So this is a small gland at the base of the brain. You can see it in the diagram shown above. So this is the diagram we are talking about. So as we discussed, the pituitary gland is at the base of the brain, right beneath the hypothalamus. Okay, so the pituitary makes a number of hormones and controls many different body functions. Many of the pituitary gland hormones signal to the other parts of the hormone system to make or stop making other hormones. Pituitary hormones control growth by producing growth hormone, speed of the body processes or metabolism by producing thyroid stimulating hormones or TSH, steroid levels by producing adrenocorticotropic hormone that tells the adrenal glands to make steroids, breast milk production after birth by producing prolactin that makes the breasts produce milk. So the pituitary gland also controls the egg production in women and sperm production in men. So it produces two hormones called follicle stimulating hormone or FSH and luteinizing hormone LH. So these control estrogen and progesterone levels in women and testosterone levels in men. So FSH and LH levels are in turn controlled by the hypothalamus. Okay, now the pineal gland. So this is our diagram which shows the pineal gland. So it's somewhere in the center of the brain. So the pineal gland is a very small gland deep in the brain. It makes the hormone melatonin which controls sleep patterns. The thyroid and parathyroid glands. So the thyroid and parathyroid glands are at the base of the neck, as shown in this diagram. Okay, the thyroid makes these hormones T3, which is also called iodothyronin, T4, which is also called as thyroxine, and calcitonin. So the hormones T3 and T4 help control how fast your body works. So this is your metabolic rate. So if your thyroid gland doesn't make enough of these hormones, you put on weight and feel very tired and lacking in energy or lethargic. This is often called underactive thyroid. So you lose weight and have an increased appetite if your thyroid gland makes too much of the T3 or T4 hormones. This is an overactive thyroid. You may also feel anxious and find it difficult to relax. So calcitonin helps to control the amount of calcium in the body. Okay, now parathyroid glands. The parathyroid glands are four very small glands next to the thyroid gland. They make parathyroid hormone or PTH. So this is our parathyroid glands. Okay, along with calcitonin and vitamin D, PTH controls the level of calcium in the blood. The adrenal glands, you have two adrenal glands, one above each kidney. So here's a kidney, here's the gland, adrenal. Okay, so the adrenal glands make several hormones. Cortisol is a natural steroid hormone that affects the level of sugar in the blood. So aldosterone helps to regulate the body's water and salt balance and the blood pressure. The adrenal glands also produce small amounts of the male and female sex hormones, estrogen and testosterone. Another important hormone made in the adrenal gland is adrenaline or epinephrine. Adrenaline helps us to respond quickly when under stress. Another similar hormone, noradrenaline or norepinephrine, also helps to respond quickly under stress. Okay, now the pancreas. So the pancreas is quite high up in your tummy or abdomen. It lies across the body where your lips meet at the bottom of your breastbone, just behind your stomach. So this is the yellow structure which we are talking about. Yeah, this is a pancreas, the yellow structure, just behind the stomach. So the pancreas is about 6 inches long and shaped like a leaf. It also makes insulin, which controls the amount of sugar in our blood. It also makes other hormones that help with their digestion, including glucagon, somatostatin, pancreatic polypeptide. Okay, now the ovaries. The ovaries produce two sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Together they control the menstrual cycle or periods. So during puberty, estrogen helps the development of the female sexual characteristics. This includes breast growth and maturing of the womb or uterus and vagina. Progesterone plays a part in maintaining pregnancy. Okay, now testes. The testicles or testes produce the hormone testosterone. Testosterone gives male qualities such as deep voice and beard growth. It also controls sex drive or libido and the ability to have an erection. Okay, moving on, hormones and cancer. So some cancer cells can produce hormones that circulate in the body and cause symptoms. This is called paraneoplastic syndrome. The symptoms depend on the particular hormone produced. For an example, some types of lung cancer cells produce hormones that may cause pins and needles, numbness in the fingers or toes, muscle weakness, and dizziness. Okay, hormones and cancer treatments. So cancer treatments called hormone therapies can change the amount of hormones the body produces. So they usually lower the levels of particular hormones. They may do this by blocking the action of hormones, or the treatment may reduce the amount of the hormone that the body makes. These treatments can reduce the chance of a cancer coming back after other treatments, or it may stop or slow the growth of a cancer for some time. So the sex hormones are the type of hormone most commonly affected by cancer and its treatment. Low levels of sex hormones can lead to side effects such as hot flushes and sweats, memory changes, weaker bones, and sleep changes. There are ways of managing these side effects. So sometimes treatments can stop the body making a particular hormone altogether. So for example, removing the thyroid gland stops the production of thyroid hormones. The person then needs to take replacement thyroid hormones for the rest of their life. Okay guys, this was it for this episode. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching and please subscribe to my channels. See you in the next episode. Bye.